Hey, Andre, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right, brother.
I'm
Yourself?
having a hard time connecting to you, man. I had to re-download and X out a few things.
It's all good, brother. Where are you calling in from?
Fargo, North Dakota, man. I had talked to you about a couple months ago. I don't know if you remember though, but Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, what do you do up there?
I'm a strength conditioning coach, and I recently just got into the stretching. Once I had a few clients that I always wanted to stretch after the session. Then I looked into it, man. Then I seen your video just trending all on YouTube, man, and I looked into it and been doing it ever since.
Gotcha, gotcha. Did you get certified or were you like just watching and applying?
I was just watching and applying. Then where I got my certifications from, I went through ISSA, and
Uh-huh.
I had asked them, am I able to do stretching this is within my scope of practice? And they told me, yeah. And then I've just been following you ever since. And then I've been waiting on a time or a date that best fits my schedule, so I can come out there see you in person, and then get the training as well. So
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. How's the stretching been going?
I've been going good, man. It's been going good. People definitely interested. I've been joining networking groups, and they definitely interested into it. Definitely something new to the area out here or just worldwide. So it's been going good so far.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Uh,
What's up. Good, good, good. So you're looking to are you looking to come out here to get certified or are you looking to do it online?
I have um probably both, but I definitely got to make my way out there to you to see you in person, man. Like I said, I've been watching all the videos like crazy, man. Following the pages, and I even bought I had bought one of the, was it a free? No, I think I had signed up and got the mini free course or something like that. So I've been reading that and looking at stuff like that. And like I said, man, I'm just a huge proponent of overall movement, man. But I've been definitely following you, man.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. Um, well, our next course is coming up in December, and I got it's actually sold out. We just opened up two more seats in that class. So
Okay.
normally we take 20 students in that class.
Yeah.
We're at 20, um, but like I said, we're gonna allow two more students to get in there. Um,
Okay. And,
and that's
oh,
December 7th, 8th, and 9th.
you said,
Let me see. Let me just double check on that. I always get those dates mixed up. No, that's December 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm sorry.
6th, 7th, 8th. Okay. And where are you located in DC or
Well, we're in Maryland.
Maryland? Okay.
We're not too far from DC. We're in Maryland.
Okay. And how far is the airport from where you like where were you located at?
Tops 35, 40 minutes.
Okay.
So,
Definitely.
without traffic, 30, but tops 40.
Okay. I'm gonna look into a little bit more, man. I definitely got to make my way out there sooner than later, man, because I'm starting to get my website created and starting to, like I said, starting to get the word out more and join networking groups, and people definitely interested. So
What's your game plan with it? Like what's your I guess what's your goal with it and what's your game plan?
my goal is work full time at this factory, so I'm hoping to leave that within the next couple of months.
You said
Um,
you said work full time where?
I still work at this factory here where I'm located at, and
Uh-huh.
my goal is to hopefully be able to leave in the next couple of months, man. But I got kind of like a crazy schedule where I have to work like days and nights, so I'm able to like kind of fit in a second job and do the stretches. But right now I'm doing a lot of speed, agility, and strength training when I have my free time. So I got a decent clientele there. And like I say, I just recently branched off into the stretching. So my goal is, I guess my short term goal would be to partner up with a few gyms, man, around in that local area, and then maybe do some contracts, things like that. And then obviously my long term goal would definitely be to have my own my own area to do the stretches. So
Okay.
yeah,
What do you do? What do you do in the factory?
I'm a machine operator.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
machine
How long
operator.
you been doing that?
Been doing that for about about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5 years now, man. Um,
Not something that you want to continue doing?
oh no, absolutely not, man. Long hours, man. Steel toe boots, hard hat. So definitely got to get out of that field. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I got you. I got you. Are you up there alone or are you up there with your family?
I got family, and then I had went to school up here too. So I guess my friends are turned to family too. So man, I got a lot of people that I know up here.
You went to North Dakota State?
You know, I had went to University of Minnesota Crookston. It's about an hour from here.
Okay. Were you an athlete up there?
Yeah, I was a former athlete, man. Yup, I had a few injuries along the way, man. Didn't prioritize the recovery and wellness side of it, man. And like I said, stretching itself, we didn't really make stretching a mandatory. You know, it was just almost optional. I mean, we did a dynamic warm up and all that stuff, but nothing to this extent. So I actually went back to my university to try to try to introduce to it, but they told me they'd get back to me. But I mean, I'm going back again for homecoming to
Yeah,
try to
yeah. You're
do
gonna
some.
need a certification, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
need some credibility. Um, and you played football?
yeah, I play football, man. Yeah,
What
running
position?
running back and linebacker.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. And you just stayed up there?
Yeah, I had chased the dream for a minute, man. I chased the dream for like 2 years, man, and then reality kicked in. And all while I was chasing the dream, I kept paying on my cheap apartment. At the time, it was cheap. So when I finally gave football up, I still had my place. So I'm like, it's time to come on back. You know, I had somewhere to stay, and I came back, started working different little jobs, different little odd jobs, and been at the factory ever since. And then once COVID hit, man, I had started my business doing speed, agility, and strength for kids in the local area, and then just been grinding ever since. So,
Gotcha,
you know,
gotcha.
like I said, after the session, man, kids always wanted to stretch. You know, like, "Oh, can we stretch for 10 minutes?" And that 10 minutes went from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You know, so I'm like, okay, it's time to educate my little self more, a little bit more up on it, and then got my certifications online. Then I did an intern with my strength conditioning coach back at Crookston. And then, like I said, I have been seeing your name on YouTube just popping up trending. And then the certification, it covers stretching a little bit more into the details a little bit, but not to the in depth that you go into, and then other people that I've just been looking into as far as stretching. So,
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
uh, yep. And I had got a few stretches from the people just around town just to see where they was at, just the technique they was using. So it's definitely different technique, man. Different. Everybody got their own different way of doing assisted stretching, I guess. And then I got friends that does stretching too. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
uh,
Hey, Shira,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. So am I gonna be the only one on camera?
I'm trying to figure out how to put myself on camera. Oh,
yeah, I'm in the process of doing some little cleaning up and a little bit of maintenance at the house.
there we go.
There you go. Shira, where are you from?
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. All right, Dallas. I'll be in Dallas later on.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome.
I'm in California right now, and I fly back. I fly back home. Actually, a little bit after this call, and it's gonna stop us in Dallas, and then take us
Okay,
to DC.
cool, cool.
Yeah. How'd you find me from Dallas, Texas?
I was researching just videos on YouTube and I came across it and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So I watched a couple of the videos and thought I'd try to join a webinar and hopefully join your class in December. Um, to get certification and everything to add it to my practice that I'm getting back into.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. I gotta get back on YouTube. I gotta get back on YouTube.
Yeah.
I stopped. I spent a year making videos, and I got burnt out, and
Oh,
then I
really?
stopped.
Okay.
And um, Also, I think I was calling a bit too much product because a lot of people are copying the videos and doing it, but maybe necessarily, you can get hurt. It looks easy to do, but once people start applying it, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I got a few more people that are joining. So are you a massage therapist?
I am for 17 years, and I've been in my corporate job for 23, which I just left to focus on massage therapy for full time and just wanting to add more modalities and get more stretching in just to make more money and help more people if I can,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
so
Okay, okay. Um, okay. So did you retire from the corporate job or you just left?
I left, but I'm licensed. It's a brokerage firm. I'm licensed and everything, and I don't intend to lose those licenses and everything. So I've got at least 5 years um, to focus on massage and decide if I want to keep doing it full time or go back to the corporate world, at least part time.
What has you looking into stretch?
Just because I needed more stretching, I've gotten into more yoga and Pilates and things like that. And I know where I live, there's a lot of that. And I'm just like, people, I need to stretch. So I need to learn how to stretch. And I went to one of these, what do you call this, stretch meds and things like that. And I didn't feel like it helped at all. So I'm like, there's got to be something maybe better out there.
Yeah.
Um, so that's when I just started, like Googling and came across your videos. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. 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 Um, for those of you who are just coming on, if you could please join me on video. So I'm not just in here, just with Shara and I. Uh, and we have a few more people hopping on, so we're going to get started in about 1 minute. Um, I'm just going to I'm pulling up our online course here, just so I can show it to you guys. Let's see. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, we're coming on. All right, y'all, come on in, come on in. Get on camera. I know everyone's got an excuse for why they can't get on camera, but get on that camera. Get on that camera. If you're gonna do this, get on camera. If you're gonna do it for real, get on camera. If you're here because you're serious, not just curious, go ahead, get on camera. I've got a special. I'm creating a special in my head for everybody. Only at some point in time they get on. And as y'all come on, please mute yourselves. All right. For those of you who are here, my name is Ben. Some know me as Ben the Baptist, and you've probably seen me on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook performing stretch therapy or some form of release technique. Um, I consider myself a holistic healer inside of the manual body workspace, and so I hold these webinars on a weekly basis to educate folks on what I do. Um, yeah, I hold these webinars to educate folks on what it is that I do.
That your power doesn't go all the way. I don't turn all impacted customers off.
Okay, sorry, y'all. Hey, guys, as y'all are coming in, please mute yourselves. So I hold these webinars on a weekly basis for the purpose of education, also to share my story, and also to put y'all on some game, right? Because this stretch therapy thing is something that is out there, but there's not a lot of information out there about it, right? And so oftentimes when people are interested, they're limited as far as the information. So I'm here to serve as a guide almost. All right. And so I'm gonna share my personal experience with it, what I've been able to do with it. And then also I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my business, the Stretch Loft, as well as the Stretch Loft Academy. All right. Which the Stretch Loft is a franchise business that I started back in 2020. It's now three locations wide, or three locations. Now it has three locations, and that's where we provide the services. So I have a team of about 10 practitioners that have all been trained through the Stretch Loft Academy, and we provide the stretch therapy and bodywork services. And the Stretch Loft Academy is the academy where we train, certify, coach, mentor, license, and now franchise, help people to open up their own stretch therapy centers. All right. Let me see how many people I got. We got about, I don't know, maybe 25 people on this call, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on camera. I would like to get at least 6 to get started. Oh, no, we got 5. There we go. Let's see somebody else. In the meantime, in between time, I would love to hear from a few of you guys. Karen Anthony, why don't you unmute yourself and let us know who you are, where you're calling from, and what you're looking to learn from the call.
St. Louis, Missouri. I'm always liking this to the calls.
Did you sign up?
I'm right now am in your class online.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to coming in December.
Are you not already registered for December?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and now you're going through the online portion?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How's the class going for you?
It's going well. I'm juggling between 2 different classes I'm taking. I'm taking another class as well. So, but it's going, I'm learning a lot, and it's reiterating a lot of stuff like my muscles, bones, the ligament. It's just re-entering a whole lot of stuff, and it's very interesting, very, very interesting.
Good.
I'm
Good.
enjoying it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in December.
I'm looking forward to seeing you too.
Sheila Long. So we got Karen from St. Louis. We got Shira from Shira. You said you're from Dallas.
Mhm.
Now we got Andre from North Dakota. Sheila, where are you from?
I reside in a small town called El Campo, Texas. I'm about 35, 40 minutes from Houston.
Okay. Okay. And what do you do out there?
I currently work for Texas Health and Human Services Commission.
Okay.
So I basically process food stamp and Medicaid applications.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And you want to stretch people now?
I've always been interested in kinesiology. I actually thought about massage therapy, but I think the stretching is going to be where I feel where I'll get the most out of what I feel my strength is.
Gotcha. 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 Okay. Okay. All right. And how'd you find me?
Watching online, YouTube.
YouTube? Okay. I
Yes,
got to
sir.
get back to making those YouTube videos, y'all. I'm sorry. I stopped. I got burnt out. It was a whole production, but I got to get back on because I got to educate the folk. All right. Tia, how you doing? Why don't you unmute yourself? Let us know where you're from, what do you do, and what you're looking to get on the call.
I'm at work.
Right, so,
I'm
Oh,
at work.
okay. Okay. All right. All right. I appreciate you coming on. Okay. All right. So why don't we go ahead and get started, y'all? Can y'all put in the chat? Put in the chat. What city are y'all from? I just want to see like who's in here. Everybody put in the chat. What city? What city you're joining in from? We got Houston, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, St. Louis, Greensboro, North Carolina, Dallas, El Campo, Texas, Virginia Beach, Atlanta. Okay. Nobody here's from the DMV? We got El Campo, Texas, V Beach, Tacoma, Washington. Okay. Greenville. Is that Greenville, South Carolina? New York, Richmond. Richmond working in Houston. Okay. Kimberly Brown's in DC. We got an Owens Mill, Maryland person in here. Okay. All right. All right. Right now, I'm actually in California. I'm right outside of LA, and I'll be headed back to the East Coast, which is not busy. We're located in Maryland, right outside of DC. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and get started, y'all? If y'all are on here, most likely you are either one, you're already a wellness professional, you're a wellness practitioner, like a massage therapist, a physical therapist. You do some sort of therapy, and you're looking to implement this into your business, or you're looking to completely go into this as a career field. All right. Or two, you are new to wellness, and you may do something else, but you want to get into wellness. You're trying to find your way to get in, right? You're completely new. Maybe you don't have any bodywork experience, you don't have any license or anything like that, but you're looking, you're curious, you're looking. All right. So if you are a one, like I'm a professional already, Ben. I see what you're doing. I want to learn. I want to implement. I want you to put a one in the chat. Okay. If you are a two, I'm completely new to wellness and I'm looking to get in. I know that this is something that I've always wanted to do. I feel like I have it in me and I see what you're doing and I think I could do that. Put a two in the chat, please. And this just helps me to figure out like who I'm talking to. Okay, so we have a lot of ones. We have a two in here. Okay, a lot of ones. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool, cool. So a lot of you guys are already practitioners and you're looking to get into this. And so I'm happy to hear that because stretch therapy is a growing field. Stretch therapy is a rapid growing field. And it's like it's one of the easier things to get into. And so one of the easier things to get into. And so I'm happy that you guys are taking a look into doing it. And for those of you who are already practitioners, like this may be the thing that completely changes the game for you, right? This may be the thing that finally has you making more money, helping more people, and doing it in less time. Or this could be the thing that actually saves your body. Some of you guys have been doing this for a long time, and truth be told, you're hurting, right? You need to find a different way to deliver services. All right. And this may be the way for you to do it. And for some of you guys who like maybe you're in a saturated market, there's massage therapists or there's other practitioners around you that all do the same thing. This may be your saving grace, right? I have a lot of therapists who switch over to doing stretching full time, which is what I did 10 years ago when I got into this industry. So once again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben. Some of you guys know me as Ben the Baptist. Originally, I was born in West Africa, and I came here as a kid. I migrated to America as a child. That was about 35 years ago. And what you guys see me doing, I really believe it's a gift. It's a gift from our Creator, and it's something that I ran into. Okay, and sometimes life works out that way. I went to school in this country. I played football. I studied child psychology. I didn't go to school for this. Like I don't. I'm not a massage therapist. I'm not a chiropractor. I've never taken an anatomy and physiology class. Right. I studied child psychology. I went to school to play football, and I was like, you know what? This is the easiest major. I'm gonna choose this, and after school, I'm gonna go to NFL. And that's not what happened. So when I got out of school, I went into personal training. I started working in fitness. I was 21 years old. and I was selling memberships in the gym. And then I transitioned over to being a personal trainer because I was like, you know what? I really like to help people. And, and a part of psychology is understanding how the human mind works. So I can help people in this matter. A few years into my training career, around 28, 29 years old, I'm training somebody and I injure myself. I drop a weight on my left foot and I didn't break or fracture anything. However, it caused enough damage for me to start compensating. So I started to rely on the opposite side of my body. That's what we call compensation. So what happens is that, like, let's say I shifted 70% of my weight and my movement to the right side to alleviate the pain I was feeling on the left side. And over time, what happened was that the joints and the muscles on that side got very tight. Right, I like to say they got locked up. So in about 6 months, what ended up happening was that just doing simple activities like walking, standing, sleeping, sitting in the car, I was constantly in pain. And so I did what everybody else, what normal people do. I started going and seeing different practitioners like chiropractors, physical therapists, massage, orthopedists. And I was either getting misdiagnosed, like the chiropractor's like, oh, yeah, scoliosis. The PT said, oh, you have bursitis, right? And I would do the treatments, but I wasn't getting any better, right? Like I had a pain on my right lower back, like right by my hip. It just felt like it was wedged, just like this, right? I had to stop working out because when I'd work out, I'd be in so much pain. And it's just like I just kind of felt my life just kind of deteriorating, right? At this time, I'm 29 years old and I'm going to all these different practitioners, but I'm not getting better. I'm going to these different doctors, but I'm not getting better. I'm going to see massage therapists and they're massaging, but by the time I get back in the car, the pain comes back. So honestly, I'd really just kind of said, all right, maybe it's because I played football, and all that stuff is catching up with me. And that was one day until I met this trainer in the gym. He could tell by the way that I was walking that like my gait had shifted. And so he offered to stretch me. He put me on a massage table and he must have stretched me for about 10, 15 minutes. And as he's stretching me, I'm feeling my body open up. I'm feeling my muscles open up. I'm feeling different parts of my body just being pulled apart. And it's I just honestly like I'd never felt anything like this. I'd been playing sports since I was in high school. I played NCAA football, right? I've worked with trainers. I've never felt nothing like this. And when I got off that table, I went down into a deep squat and I didn't feel no pain in my hip. I didn't feel anything. I felt so loose. Matter of fact, I felt like I was 19 again. And I was blown away because, mind you, I've been dealing with this hip and foot issue for about a year and a half now, right? By now, I had gained about 35 pounds. I was depressed. Like if I show you guys pictures of when I was 29, I look younger now than I did at 29 years old. And what I realized is that that pain and that tension I was carrying around was impacting everything else in my body. Like I wasn't being myself. Like, has anybody ever experienced that? Like some sort of injury, like led to like your lifestyle reclining, and then like you're just not yourself anymore. Like just put a 3 in the chat if that resonates with you, right? That might be even something that's going on with y'all like right now, where your body's like keeping you from being able to fully express yourself, and as a result, maybe you've gained weight, maybe you have sleep issues, maybe you're now on medication, maybe you know what I mean, maybe you need surgery, whatever. So that trainer stretched me, and like I was just like, wow. Like I got off that table and I was like, I looked at him and I was like, I'm back. And so I knew that as a trainer that I didn't know whether or not I could put my hands on people, right? Like the only people who put hands on people were massage therapists, chiropractors, physical therapists. But this stretch thing, and it was kind of weird because I could manipulate your body in the gym by making you lift and do all sorts of movements, but we didn't know if whether or not we could stretch people. And so what I found out was that stretch therapy was something that was not regulated. That means that there's not a governing board over stretch therapy, right? Like most things have a governing board. Like to be a chiropractor, there's a board that you have to report to, right? A massage therapist, there's a board you have to report to. And it could be a good thing, but also it could be a hindrance sometimes, right? It's a good thing because there's standards and regulations, but also like stretch therapy is similar to like yoga, personal training, Pilates, right? These are all body work modalities, or all modalities that work with the body that don't have governing boards. What they do have is they have educational organizations that provide training and certification for you to be able to do these things, right? But 10 years ago, I'd been a trainer for 10 years, y'all. I didn't know that there were schools, there was places where you can go learn to stretch people, right? And a lot of people didn't know. Like a lot of times when I would go out to, like when I was doing my education, it was in weird places. Like I went out to Phoenix, I went out somewhere in Florida, I went out somewhere in Pennsylvania. And a lot of times I was the only person of color in these rooms, right? And so this thing was not really something that was in our community. Okay. Um, so that's what I did. I went out and I started getting education, like just like a lot of you guys did. Like I looked on YouTube to see if there was anything on there. There really wasn't much. And when I would go to these workshops, a lot of times it'd be massage therapists in these workshops. And what I realized is that they were learning how to stretch, but they were taking it and just putting it in the toolbox. They were taking it just as a way to get continuing education, right? And what I did was I came into this thing, having a pain. I found a solution. I went out, I learned what I could from different organizations. And then over time, remember, I was still a trainer. So when I would go learn something, I'd come back and I'd be like, hey, Shira, I know you've been having that hip issue. You mind if I try this stretch on you? And I would do the stretch. And literally something that I learned over a weekend course was giving this person relief. And that happened one too many times. And what happened was that I started to get clients who were converting from just training to now training and stretching. And then I started to gain a whole new clientele base of people who just wanted to stretch, right? Mind you, I was very new to it. So I was like, this thing is working, but am I allowed to say this thing is working? You know what I mean? I was kind of afraid that maybe the chiropractic board may come after me or something like that, right? Because I was literally getting people who I was almost like taking their clients away from them. Once people come and stretch with me, they stop going to their chiropractor, they stop going to their massage therapist, they stop going to physical therapy, right? And mind you, this is something, guys, that every single course I took, I learned over a weekend. So this isn't something that I had to shell out a bunch of money to go out and learn. This isn't something that I had to go back to school and obtain more certifications or degrees to learn. This is a technical skill set, right? That someone could teach you. It's just like changing a tire or braiding hair, right? I don't know if any of you guys are in the hair industry, but like, I don't necessarily know how to do braids, but I'm sure you could sit down over a weekend and teach me how to braid hair, right? And Tia, maybe I can braid your hair, right? It's a learnable skill set. It's a learnable skill set, right? That's what I did. I learned it, and then I went and I started practicing it, right? I started practicing it. And over time, I got better at it. Within 3 months, y'all, I stopped training clients. I stopped becoming a personal trainer, and I was a full-time stretch therapist. I had more stretch clients in the 3 months from learning stretch therapy than I did in the 10 years of doing personal training. So I was the guy in the gym where, like, when everybody else was training, I now was stretching people, and I literally had a line from morning to night of people waiting to get stretched. They'd never seen it before. The thing that really made me make my transition, y'all, was the instant gratification that I was able to get from stretching. See, when you train people, it might take 6 months to a year before these people even like you or before they start seeing results. But in stretching, you came in with that lower back pain that's been nagging you for 10 years, and you left feeling 80 to 90% better, right? You've been seeing your chiropractor weekly for 2, 3 times a week for the last 6 months, but now you came in, you got stretched, and your body felt better than it ever did. The reason is because your body does two things, right? Your body does two things. Your muscles get short and tight, or they get long and weak, right? That's one thing. The second thing is that a lot of times the site of your pain is not the source of your pain. The body's all interconnected. So you might have like a right shoulder issue, right? When you go to the doctors, they're going to focus on that right shoulder. They're going to focus on your localized pain, right? But the shoulder has a relationship with everything else in your body, right? Did you understand? You know that like a limitation in your ankle and your left ankle can cause your shoulder to become limited, and over time it starts to become restricted. So in stretch therapy, the reason why it works so well is that we take a full body approach to stretching. When you go through and you start to stretch and manipulate the body and things start to open up, like I remember working on a client who had shoulder pain. He'd had shoulder pain for 20 years. The guy was from the UK. He'd been to all kind of specials between the UK and the US. And he came and I stretched him, right? Yo, I stretched his big toe and unlocked his shoulder. And I'm talking about, I followed up with him months after. He's like, Ben, I've been completely out of pain. So it was freaking me out because I just learned this thing. It's not like I've been doing it for 20 years. Like, it's not like I went to Johns Hopkins. You feel me? Like, this is something that I just learned and I applied and it worked. Like, some of y'all got some remedies at home for like different ailments that maybe you learned from somewhere or you ran into or you found out and you use it and it works. But don't nobody really know about it, right? Does that make sense? That's what stretch therapy was. 3 years from learning how to stretch people, y'all, I ended up having 5 locations and having over 35 therapists work for me. 3 years. And all I did was I opened up my first location, 8x10 in an 8.5x10 room. I was paying $600 a month in. I was able to cover my rent in 2 days. Right? And that's very rare. Like it's very rare that you open up a business and it just starts to boom. Right? I was talking to a brother on here earlier, Andre, who said, you know, he's been watching some of the videos on YouTube and he's a strength and conditioning coach and he applied some of the moves and he already has clients who are doing this, right? To the point where he's like considering like, hey, look, I want to come get certified and offer this maybe full time. Right? And so in that 3 years, I started a business called Stretchworks. And I would have open houses. I'd bring people in. I would stretch them. I'd say, hey, guys, this is what I do. Right? I'm talking people from different walks of life. I'd ask who wants to learn how to do this. And the people who raised their hands, I took them and I trained them over a course of 3 weeks. And then I put them to work. And I just rinsed and repeated that. Right? Now I'm entrepreneurial minded. I'm not saying that's what you got to do, but what I'm trying to get to you is how fast this thing spread, right? Most of y'all are on here looking for probably 1 or 3 things. You're looking to make more money, you're looking to provide better service, right? Um, or you're looking to completely change careers. You might not love what you're doing, right? But maybe you don't have time to go back to school. Maybe you don't have the money to go back to school, right? Maybe you don't know what to go back to school for, right? This is something that I ran into. And in the last 10 years, y'all, I've probably trained and certified over 400 or 500 people, right? I only started the academy about 3 years ago, right? That's when I started charging for it. Before that, I would train you if you wanted to work for me. But I started academy 3 years ago where I started training people in a 2, now 3 day format where they'd come in, right? And I would train them. And not only would I train them how to stretch, I would give them a routine that they could take and deliver in a 15, 30-minute or 60-minute session, right? Some of you guys, massage therapists, know how to stretch, but you don't know how to piece it together, right? And so that's what I've done with it. Okay. In 2020, I started the Stretch Loft. All right. I wanted to bring it to our community because prior to that, a lot of locations that I was at with my business partners, they weren't in demographics that my folks was in. So in 2020, I opened up the Stretch Loft in Montgomery in PG County, Pretty Girl County, which is a predominantly Black county in Maryland. All right. It's probably one of 2 predominantly Black counties in the country. Maybe 5 now. Atlanta got some counties. But I started the stretch Loft. I started by myself, right? I went and rented a 1,200 square foot space. And my goal, y'all, like the way that I do this is if I can pay the rent in 3 days, then I can afford it, right? I rented a 1,200 square foot space in right in PG County. And what I did was, and this is in the midst of the pandemic. Remember, the pandemic started March 2020, and on March 14th, my business partner said they wanted to dissolve our partnership, and our governor said, "Hey, any massage or touch businesses have to cease." So going into March 2020, I had no income, no business, no job. I had nothing, right? Well, I did get unemployment. I did get that. I got a little bit of unemployment, but um, I sat around for a few months, and when things started to open up, y'all, I started doing mobile stretch therapy, right? I started doing mobile stretch therapy. I opened up a company called Dr. Deep Tissue LLC, and I did deep tissue stretching, right? I would get booked up between Friday and Monday. Between Friday and Monday, I'd earn anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a week, right? And I was mind blown because I found out that most massage therapists don't even make $4,000 to $5,000 a month, right? So I started doing mobile stretch therapy, and I saved up enough money to actually go and get a space where I started doing stretch therapy inside of that space, our first space in Riverdale. Within 6 weeks, I got completely booked, and then I brought in somebody else that I trained in the past to work with me, and I started to build a team, right? Within 6 months, I had two other people in there. Two other people. So I had three. No, I had two other people in there that were doing stretch therapy with me, right? And literally it'd be the same thing. I'd take folks, I'd train them over a period of a few weeks, and then we would start providing the services. Everybody that you guys see on Instagram that's in there working with me, I trained all those people in the same format, and now they're all doing it. And not only are they doing it, but they're recognized as professionals in this industry. I talk to some massage therapists and they feel some kind of way because here you got someone who just learned something 3 weeks ago and has more clientele and is making more money and charging more than what you've been doing the last 15 years. Wake up call. Wake up call. So, in 2021, we started the Stretch Loft Academy, and like I said, we delivered that back then we delivered in a 2-day format. And I'd bring people in and I would teach them the stretches. I'd teach you how to stretch the hamstring, the quads, the inner thighs, and the glutes, and the lower back. And then I teach you how to put it together in a sequence, how to deliver in a sequence. And then I teach you how to incorporate breathing into it. Okay? When you combine breathing and stretching together, you start to release not just tight muscles, you start to release stored tension, trauma, stress, emotions, grief, loss. When I first got into this thing, y'all, when I was new to it, I personally thought, okay, this thing is good for athletes. I started stretching athletes. As a former athlete, I was like, I'm gonna stretch former athletes, right? And I would talk to people about increasing their flexibility and their mobility and all that kind of stuff. As I've gotten deeper into this, it's gotten so much more meaning now. We don't even talk about flexibility anymore, right? Because this is now one of the best modalities for people who are seeking healing. You see, lower back pain is not just lower back pain. Sciatica is not just sciatica. Shoulder, neck pain is not just neck pain. These are things that your body has stored from physical and emotional experiences that you've had. These are things that you've stored in your system. And when you store it in your system, they start to attack you. You can't sleep. You need medication. Your back always hurts. Your feet are swollen in the morning. You don't have enough circulation. You start developing lumps. You go to your doctor, they pump you with medication. Now you're on 3 different medications. I know we've all heard that the body has the ability to heal itself. This is how you do it. Stretching helps to increase blood flow and oxygen production in the body. Those are 2 things that you need for your body to repair itself. What does a dog do every time it gets off the ground? How often do you do that? Our body it's all mechanics, muscles and joints. They're meant to stretch. They're meant to be able to handle pressure. But if you're not doing all this, what you don't use, you lose. Your body's meant to work together, just like a car. Like every part component of a car makes that car work, right? Like the belts need to be spinning, right? The belts need to be healthy. The engine needs to do what it does, right? The pumps need to do what it does. And when something goes wrong with your car, you take your car to a mechanic, right? And they fix it. And if they put a bandage over it, when you drive that car back out, that bandage falls off, right? But when you got a problem with your body, you got lower back pain, you go to your doctor who's not trained in how to treat lower back pain, and they put a bandage over it, an injection, medication, or ice. You go back home and you still have lower back pain, and it gets worse. Your hip flexors, your psoas muscles, the muscles on the front of your hips are attached to your quad muscles, your thigh muscles. They go over the hip and they attach to your spine. Because we sit a lot, that muscle gets shortened. When we stand up, it's still shortened. It starts to pull on that spine, right? And it basically shifts our hips. Our hips start to basically shift forward like this, right? It causes lower back tightness first, and then hamstring tightness, and then hip tightness. Did you know that if you just start stretching those hip flexor muscles and you open up your hips, your lower back pain is going to go away and you don't actually need an injection or medication or surgery? But if you go to a chiropractor, he's going to crack you in the same 3 places every single time. Nah, doc. You go to your physical therapist, they're going to tell you that your core is weak. You need to go do planks. No shit. What else? You go to a personal trainer and they're going to make you do back exercises and get your back even tighter. When you go to a stretch therapist, that stretch therapist has a routine that covers the entire body, stretches out the whole entire body, right? So we're going to hit the hip flexors. We're going to hit the hips. We're going to hit the lower back. And the body's going to start to let go. And when they get off the table, their hips are leveled. Their lower back pain is gone. They can breathe better. They can see better. They feel better. They sleep better. And that therapist could be somebody that got trained in 2 days. But you go to your doctor that's been a doctor for 20 years and went through 10 years of school. His back hurts. He don't know what to do. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And if y'all not, like, I'm just here to tell you, this thing is the sauce. This thing here is the sauce. You ain't got to ask me. This is something, y'all, that, like, the way that I grew this thing, y'all, was I set up a tripod, right? There's a young lady who was on here earlier. I set up a tripod and I just started to record it. And I would show it. And people saw it and people could actually see the relief right through the screen. I know y'all watch them videos. Y'all could see it. You wouldn't be on this call if you didn't see it, if you didn't feel it. That's all we do. We build business right now, y'all, because all we doing, we just put up videos. We just show it. I was in Las Vegas this week. I stretched 2 people. I had somebody record it. I put it up, and now appointments are coming in. People want to come get a stretch. People are seeing it. That's all it takes. This has been one of the easiest businesses to build. I've been an entrepreneur since college. This has been one of the easiest things to build. That's why I'm on this call with y'all today, to let y'all know about it. All right. And so today, y'all, what I offer is online education. As y'all can see, y'all from all over the US. I appreciate y'all chiming in. Okay. I offer online education in this. All right. I have an online course that can teach you how to do it step by step. But I also offer the opportunity for you guys to come in person and learn how to do it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the in-person experience is really where you want to get to. Okay. However, this is something that you can learn by watching it online. A lot of people already did it. I had to take down my YouTube videos on YouTube because I used to have full sessions on YouTube, and people are just copying it. And even though it looks easy to do, y'all, this thing is all about the nuances. This thing is all about the nuances. It's all about the nuances. There's certain things that make the stretch. At least the way that I do it. I know you guys see other people doing stretching. Hey, Paris. I know you guys see other people doing stretching online, and you might be like, you know what? You might be like, you know what? Yeah, it's stretching, but it don't look like what Ben doing. I want to know what Ben doing. I want to do that. All right. So we offer online course, and then of course also we have our academy right here in Maryland where you can come in and you can learn how to do this in person. Okay. Now everybody starts off with the online course. This is a new modality, something new. And so everybody has to start off with the online course, whether you just start off with the online course or you register and you come to our full academy. Okay. And the way that our program is designed, I have three different options for y'all. Okay. The first thing that you need to know is that you have to start off online. You need the baseline of education. All right. And some of you guys actually already have the online course. I know Karen, you have it. I think Deidre, are you on here? I know Deidre has it. You on here, Deidre?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you're from Texas, right? You're the one who got the online course? Yeah, if you were talking, we can't hear you. Okay. Okay. Um, so I offer two types of online courses. Okay. The first one is called the Essentials course, Stretch Therapy Essentials. Who is this for? This is for those of you who are new, all right? Whether you're new to wellness or you're a massage therapist and you just want the stretches, right? Hey Ben, I just want the stretches that you offer. That's what the Essentials course provides you. All right. It gives you a brief history of stretch therapy, how I explain it and everything. And then it gives you all the stretches. Okay. And when I say all the stretches, y'all, I'm giving you guys about 15, I think 16 different stretches that cover the entire body. So this course is designed for you to basically watch and apply. Okay. Um, Let me see. I think I have it pulled up. I'm going to just take you guys into the course real quick, just so you guys can see it. All right. Before I actually do that, I know I've been running my mouth straight. Do we have any questions? Any thoughts? Can anybody see that like this is something simple that they can get into? Like, are you guys starting to see that like, hey, this is something I can get into, I can apply, I can start to change lives right away. This could help to boost my career. This can like some of you still have jobs and you're like, I want to get out of this thing, right? I want to get out of this thing. Right? And all you need to calculate is calculate the amount of money that you're making at your job and how many hours you're doing that job for, right? And then, calculate that by like an average of $100 a session and how many sessions that it would have to take you to leave your job. And let me get something straight, y'all. I'm not even asking y'all to leave your job. I don't even recommend that you do stretching full time. This is physical work. Everybody can do it, but this is physical and emotional work. It takes something to do this. But this is also something that you can start to do part-time, maybe 10, 15 sessions a week, 10, 15 hours a week, right? Start to build up a clientele base. And I tell everybody, right? This is something that like I've really been preaching. Find a way to get other people involved so y'all can work together. Find a way to get other people involved so that y'all can work together, right? Don't just try to go out there and be like, I'm gonna get the certification, I'm gonna do it. Some of y'all don't have the energy. Some of y'all ain't got the energy. Find a way, you get involved, and what's gonna happen is that other people are gonna see you do it, and then they're gonna want to do it. You find a way to get them involved, and you could just really utilize the Stress Off Academy, get them involved, and find a way for y'all to work together. Okay, so we have the essentials course. That's for those of you who just want to learn the stretches, or let's say you're new, you just want to kind of try this thing out, you're a bit curious about it. All right, and then after that, we have what I call the Stretchpreneur course, the Stretch Entrepreneur. That's for those of you who are like, you know what, I want to take this thing and I want to make it into a business. Okay, or that's for those of you maybe who already have licensure, maybe you're a massage therapist, but maybe you need some business, right? What do I mean by that? Like, how do you set up your marketing? How do you set up your packages, your memberships, your payments? How do you get insurance? Like, how do you actually legitimize yourself? Maybe you've been working for somebody all your life or for most of your career. How do you now go out on your own and set yourself up professionally, right? And set yourself up to be receiving leads, right? And converting those leads. And also, how do you go from seeing people once a month to seeing people once a week? That's the Stretch Entrepreneur course. That's for those of you who are serious. That's for those of you who are looking to expand. All right. And then we have our academy. All right. The academy is a 3-day experience. It's 3 full days, normally on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I run it with my team and that's where you come in person. It's a transformative experience. That's where you learn that it's not just about the stretching, right? I teach you how to connect with people. I teach you how to properly do assessments and intakes with people. I teach you how to stretch, but I teach you the business of stretch therapy. When we talk about the business, how do we make money in this thing? How do you make a lot of money and how do you make it consistently? Right? When you sign up for the academy, you get the essentials course and you get the Stretchpreneur course. It all comes included. I run those academy classes 2 to 4 times a year. They always fill up. So right now we have 20 people in that academy course. That's the max that I normally take. All right. I've opened up 2 more seats for the December academy. All right. However, only do the academy if it's something that you're ready to do, right? We charge $5,000 for you to come to our academy, $49.97. We normally have it on sale, $29.97. Sometimes we do, $39.97. Sometimes we do different promotions and specials. Okay. For these last 2 seats in this class, all right, our promotion is for $29.97. You can make that a full payment up front, or you can take that and you could apply for financing through Klarna or Afterpay, which are our partners, or you could do an in-house payment plan. Most of you are probably not ready to make that investment just yet, unless you are. So what I encourage you to do is you can start off with our essentials course. Okay. You start off our essentials course where you just learn the stretching. I'm going to take you guys to the back office of that so you guys can see what that looks like. That's your boy right there. This one I was about 60 pounds heavier. Let me watch. Let's watch. This one I was in Miami. Let me see this. What's up, y'all? My name is Ben Tanger from the Six Figure Stretchpreneur Program. I'm out here in Miami right now, downtown Miami. And I'm just taking a little break. If you are a massage therapist right now, and you've not taken a vacation, you don't know how to relax yourself, you don't know how to take that time off, you need to take a look into the Six Figure Stretchpreneur Program. The problem with a lot of y'all is that you're spending too much time working on people and you're draining yourself. Right? You don't have enough time for yourself, but you're doing release work on other people. When are you going to take that time for yourself? I'll teach you how in that Six Figure Stretchpreneur Program, how to stop putting all your energy into the clients you're working with, charge more, make more, solve more problems, so you can also have time for you and your family to do things that you like to do. Okay. All right. That was 2 years ago, y'all. That's when I first started doing courses. But if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see the curriculum. What is stretch therapy? How's it different? Who could benefit from it? Right? and then I give you the whole body sequence. Right? All right, so we're going to go through the full flow. All right, the purpose of this is to show you exactly how the flow of the stretch is supposed to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start off with lower body traction. All right, just kind of just circle out of it. Breathe in, breathe out. 10 o'clock. All right, and then we go over all the different stretches. Okay, I'll let me play one. Supply pot stretch. So the next stretch we're gonna do, we're going to. Can y'all hear me on this video? Can somebody type something in the chat if y'all can hear it? I don't know if y'all can hear it. I'm on screen share.
I can hear.
Okay, awesome. A third variation of how you can do the quadricep stretch. This is the sideline quadricep stretch. This actually gets a bit deeper than the other two quadricep stretches. So what you want to do is you want to have your client lay on their side, and then you want to have them take both their knees and bring it up towards your chest. So let's go ahead and bring the knees up towards the chest. Good. You're going to take the top leg and you're going to straighten that out. And then you're going to take the bottom leg and just kind of take the heel and place it on the side of the table, just like that. You don't necessarily want the client's leg falling like this, but you want to place it right on the side, all right, just so that it doesn't fall. You grab the top leg and you want to bend it from the knee, all right? Once again, make sure you grab the foot, all right? Foot's pointing down, so kind of internal at this point. We're going to support the knee, all right? And we're going to have Val, if you start seeing the client kind of roll over, like how Val's doing right here, you can have them take the opposite the top arm and kind of reach over the table. That straightens their back out. I'm going to have Val take a nice deep breath in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that heel over towards the glute and low back area. And we're getting that nice deep quadricep stretch right here. You feel that, Val? Okay. You can also use your hip for this. All right. Place one hand right over the top of the glute and support the knee with the opposite hand. Take a nice deep breath in. And I'm going to use my hip. Just kind of drive that heel to the glute. Stretch. Just like that. All right. 3 different directions. So right now we've gone straight. If you want to go, let's say we want to change direction, go to the outside, we can lift that heel up. All right. Lift the foot up. Take a nice deep breath in. And let's go ahead and breathe. That's hitting a whole different angle right there. All right. Now we're going to go down. So we're going to bring the leg down. Take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to go down and inwards towards the glute, just like that. All right. You feel that, Val? Awesome. All right. So we give you all the different stretches over on this side. I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat if you think you could do that. Like, could you watch that and do it? Let's see. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah. Yeah. So just imagine, y'all could actually get started on that course and get yourself a table, watch the videos, step by step, right? And start to practice. All right. The way that I set this up is that I want you to first get confident at home. You can get yourself a table. You can go to Facebook Marketplace, maybe get one for $200. All right. And start off with your friends and family at home and just start practicing. Okay. And then as you get better, then, you can move forward. Now, there's 2 types of people that are out there that are doing stretch therapy. There's those people out there who just maybe watch it on Instagram and they're trying different things. They're doing it. They don't carry any kind of insurance. There's no certification. Like, they're like they're just kind of hustling with it, right? And then there's the other type of stretch therapist who has gotten the training, maybe has gotten the certification, has obtained insurance, which you can buy for about $100 for a year, right? And has actually registered themselves as an LLC so that they can protect themselves legally, all right? And they're out there doing this, okay? Now, if one person goes out there and injures someone, there's no certification, there's no insurance, there's no LLC. They can get in trouble. But the other person who's much smarter, who's gone and gotten the certification, gotten the insurance, set themselves up properly, right? And is fully covered to the point where they can even start to actually charge HSA and FSA, all right, which is similar to insurance. Then I want y'all to make the decision on what you're going to do, which one you're going to be. Okay? So you start off with the essentials course, like I just showed you. It gives you all the stretches, all right? And then on the Stretchpreneur course, all right, and I'll pull that up also. One second, where's it at? This is it. I want y'all to keep up. So we just went over the essentials, right? That's the starter course. Typically, that course is $997, okay? For the next 24 hours, you're going to get 50% off that course, all right? So it's going to be $497. For those of you who get started today, I'll give you another $100 off. So it'll be $397 for you guys, all right? And the way that you sign up, there's a number that I'm going to give you guys that I want you guys to text into. Matter of fact, before I take you guys to the other one, I'm going to go ahead and leave that number right here in the chat. 918-5680. Okay, and you would text that number and let us know that you're interested, and we'd get you set up. Remember, you can pay it on credit card. You can do it. You could break the payment down to 2 or 3. That's in-house financing, or you could do it like a firm or Klarna that allow you to take it out to 18 months if you have decent credit, and it's a soft credit. It's just a soft touch, so it doesn't really impact you. All right, let's go to that course real quick. Paris, I see Paris Bailey on here. Is that the Paris I went to school with? Is that you, Paris?
Yes, it's the Paris you went to school with.
BSU? We got homecoming this week.
You? Homecoming this week, yes.
Yeah. All right. So y'all, so this is the 6-figure Stretchpreneur course. I call it the Stretchpreneur mentorship. Okay. So this is the course. This is after the essentials course. And this is the one that not only teaches you how to stretch, but also gives you the business blueprint. How do you take this thing and monetize it? Okay. Because a lot of times, I put this together, y'all, because a lot of times when you go get a course, yeah, they'll teach you the skill set, but they don't teach you how to make money off the skill set. All right. So this teaches you how to stretch, okay, but also teaches you how to make money off of it. All right. And so inside of this course, you get things like, I tell you what, the equipment that you need, your stretch phase requirements, where to get your liability insurance. I teach you the intake process, right? An intake is basically where you sit down with a new client or someone new that's stretching, and you go over their ailments, their past history. This is this is the Stretchpreneur course, because this basically makes it into a business and into an operation. All right. Before you stretch people, you really want to make sure that that you sit down with them first to figure out what's going on. All right. So I give you a demonstration of what that looks like, and then I actually give you the forms. Okay. This is about 56 videos, all of them between 3 to 5 minutes long. All right. And then we go into the assessment. All right. What is an assessment? The assessment lets us know where the person is tight and where they're weak, right? You can't just go in and just start stretching everything. Okay. You want to know exactly where is this person tight. So we have a 4-point assessment that we do that anybody can actually do. All right. And so I teach you how to do it, but then I also give you other examples of how to do it. And then here's the overhead squat assessment guide. Can y'all still see my screen? I just switched to a Windows document. Someone just say yes for me, please.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, y'all see this? So when you guys do your assessments, right? Your overhead squat assessment, where you make the client do a squat, these are going to be the things that are going to happen, right? If y'all stand up, start squatting right now, you put a mirror in front of you, you're going to start to look like this, right? This is one of the most powerful assessments, because based off of what happens inside of the squat, whether your knees go in or your knees go out, your feet go out, your arms fall forward, your hip shifts, this tells you exactly where somebody is tight, where you need to focus on. This is what your physical therapist and your chiropractor aren't doing. This is what your massage therapy isn't doing. All right. Not only does it gives you a diagram that shows you, but then also, well, this is exactly how you do it. But also, at the end of this, right, it tells you what happens. Like, okay, so if you're looking at the feet from an anterior view, means from a front view, and the feet turn out, the muscles that are overactive, muscles that are too tight are the soleus, all right? And you guys are gonna have to learn what these things are, all right? That's on the back of the foot, all right? And then the muscles that are underactive, the muscles that are weak are the calves, the gastrocnemius, okay? So the stretching that you need to do is you need to do the calf stretch, the hamstring stretch, and the standing TFL stretch if the foot turns out. If the knee goes in or out, these are the stretches that you have to do. All right. That assessment is very important. That assessment is very important. This is really where y'all make y'all money, right here. Right? Somebody comes in and you put them through that overhead squat assessment and you point out, hey, look, this is why these things are happening. All right. Boom, we go over some pre-stretch essentials, like what should your table height be? You talk about client preparation, injuries, connection. These are all things that are not in the essentials course. Okay. And then we go over the signature stretches. These are the same ones that are inside your essentials course. All right. And then we go over a lot of the business stuff, like what booking software do you need to use, right? Do you just take appointments and put them on Google? No, you want to get a booking software. The booking software allows you to have a calendar, allows you to charge people's credit cards, use Apple Pay, use Google Pay, allows you to charge a HSA and FSA. All that is important. Your packaging and pricing. How should you charge, right? What should you charge? How do you set up your packages? I give you exactly what I use to do my packages and pricing, okay? Accepting payments, right? Here's one of my favorite ones. How do you capture leads? How do you capture leads? How do you go about, like, when somebody's interested, how do you capture them? Do you just say, hey, go on my IG, or do you give them a card? Like, no, you make sure that they go through a system. You make sure they go through a system that captures them.
Linktree says Instagram only allowed
Right?
to tell you what drew them into wanting to, or seeking to make an appointment.
Not only did I give you all the information, I tell you why you need this, Rob. Right? These are the secrets that I use in business, y'all. Like I'm not gonna boast, but you know, we have a $1 million business in this with just 2 locations. Okay. And so these are things that you guys can do too. And so I'm giving y'all the sauce on how to do this. The difference between y'all doing this and y'all going somewhere else and getting education or learning how to stretch or getting the business information, they're not gonna teach y'all this. All right. This is what I give to the people who are buying franchises from us. Okay. How to find clients on Facebook and Instagram, how to be a travel stretch therapist, how to work with gyms and fitness centers, how do you work with chiropractors, how to create content, collect testimonials, creating a target niche. This is something that y'all, it's about 6 hours of information. If y'all sat down on a Saturday, you can go through this whole thing. You can go through the whole blueprint and get your business started. Those of you who are smart, you're going to see this. You're going to be like, this is opportunity. Ben's giving me all this. I charge people $50,000 to buy a franchise from us. This is the same information they get. I now have over 25 students, y'all, who've actually gone out and started their own businesses. In the last 30 days, I've had 4 of them start their own business. And when I say start their own business, I'm not talking about getting an LLC, getting a space, getting their table, getting set up, starting with ads, and getting clients. Normally, we charge $24.97 for that course. It's $2,500. All right, for the next 24 hours, it's 50% off. It's $1,250. And for those of you who want to get started today, I'll take another $250 off, and it's $1,000. And did I mention anything that you guys purchase? Any of the course you guys purchase, it gets credited towards our 3-day academy. So you spend $1,000 in this course and you go through it and you're like, Ben, you know what? I want to come see you in December. Or Ben, I want to come see you in March. I'm going to have 4 academy trainings next year in different parts of the country. We're hitting Atlanta, we're hitting Houston, and then we're going to do 2 in DC. We might actually do one on the West Coast. I don't know. Right? Once you make that decision, as long as you do it within a year, you get that credit towards that. But right now, what y'all can do is y'all can take advantage of these courses, get into it, start learning, start applying. Okay. I would give yourself a strong 90 days, maybe even 60 days for the next 60 to 90 days. Let's say 75 days. You get the course, you go through the course, you get your table, you start pricing on friends and family, you get your insurance, only going to cost you about $100, right? You start to record, you start to get testimonials, right? And you do this. I just opened a new location. I hired 3 practitioners. I bought them in. They went through about a month of training, y'all. In-house training. They're now stretch therapists working at the Stretch Loft. I don't know anything else that you can go out there and do. Well, maybe IT, I don't know. That you can go out there and do, learn over the course of a few weeks, set yourself up, and start earning, start getting clients right away. Something that you knew nothing about 2-3 months ago. Now you got in it and now you're doing it. Ben, I don't know anything about the body. I've never taken anatomy and physiology. I never took anatomy and physiology. You learn this stuff as you go along. You go to YouTube and you learn about what you don't know. What if I break something? You're not going to break anything. What if I injure someone? You're not going to injure anyone. I showed you, the 16 that I showed y'all are the 16 that I thought these were the easiest stretches that you could do safely and efficiently, no matter how big, small, strong, old you are. Ben, but I'm in finance. I work in something completely unrelated. How are people going to get to know that I do this? Because you're going to talk about it. You're going to invite them in to come get a stretch. You're going to walk around with your table. You're going to talk about it. 95% of people have never gotten a stretch before. You're going to learn that it's not about the stretch. It's about your ability to connect. Most of you guys that are on here are probably empaths. Because you got to be nuts if you want to go out there and touch people and stretch them. You're just an empath looking for a way to help people. But Ben, I got injuries. I'm tight. I need to stretch. How am I going to convince people to do this when I need it? Because you're going to start doing it yourself. Of course I know all the excuses. Ben, I ain't got no money. How am I going to do this? How am I going to invest in this? You going to text that number and we're going to work something out with you. Y'all, this is the lowest that I've dropped the prices to, and I'm really doing it. I know that the economy is tough, like you saw, I'm giving you guys everything, right? Let me see. I gotta go. I'm in California, but I gotta go. I'm just gonna go on to Instagram real quick and see if I can show y'all some of my students who are doing this thing. Because y'all are probably like, well, Ben, you could do it, but I don't know if I could do it. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen again and show y'all that you could do it. All right, cool. Here's a few of my students already. All right, this is Feloy. Feloy's in Silver Spring. Feloy came and took my course about 2 years ago, right? And now when Feloy came, he was a new personal trainer, and now he's offering stretch therapy. All right, Feloy's actually built a team around him. That's Feloy right there. These are people that he's built a team around. All right, he's gotten the opportunity to go around. He's even meeting celebrities now. There he is with Mike Tyson. There he is in his classroom, right? And this is now what Feloy does. I've given Floyd a whole new leash on life, like on a weekly basis. Floyd calls me and said, Ben, you changed my life. All right. That's what Floyd's doing. All right. Here's with Vernon Davis, former NFL player. Okay. Let's see somebody else. Kenneth Wright. Dr. Kenneth Wright. He does sport. He's a personal trainer. Right. He added stretch therapy, and this is a part of what he does now. Right. He still does a lot of his personal training, but now he's added stretch therapy. Where are you at? Where I know he's got a few stretch videos on here. Where's he at? Oh, here he is. Yep. That could be you. Who else we got? Dominic. Dominic got certified through our program, right? Dominic actually owns a dog grooming business. And then he took our stretch program. Now he has iStretch DMV. He's a certified stretch coach. This is Dominic doing his thing. As a part of, we teach you what to post. We teach you what to do. These are people that they didn't have any experience in the beginning. Yep. Yep. And guys, when you see one of our students, you know they went through our academy. It just looks different. It just looked different. There we go. There we go. There's another student, Civic Mind, Colette. I don't know if this is her stretch page. I don't think this is Colette's stretch page. Is it? I think this is her stretch page. Yeah, there's Colette. That's what she does now. That's kind of dark. Let's find somebody else. Benita Morgan. Benita she owns like a clinic, but she came through our program. And now Benita travels all over the East Coast, and this is what she does.
And I run First Stop Medical Solutions and the Executive Lounge. Biggest takeaway is be careful of your energy. You have to guard your energy. Everybody's seen the movie Waiting to Exhale. This is their exhale. I don't think you listen. For me to
I'm gonna show y'all one more. Let me show y'all. Oh, there's Latoya. Latoya's a personal trainer before, and now she's a stretch therapist. She started Restored Body 360. Right, there's Latoya. Latoya's now doing stretch therapy. That's her right there. Latoya was in my very first class when I started 2 years ago. I'll show y'all one more because I don't be thinking y'all believe me. This is Joe. Joe and I played football together at Bowie State, right? And I taught Joe this business. Joe's one of the first people I trained over 8 years ago. This is now what Joe does. This is how Joe feeds his family. He's located in Rockville.
The greatest version of you is not the I can do anything version of you.
All right, that's enough. What's your excuse? All right. So y'all, so that's my time. That's my time. I'm gonna drop that number in the chat one more time. All right. If you guys are interested in joining the Stress Off Academy, get more information, getting certified. I hope that everything that I shared with y'all, has made sense. And you now see that when it comes to getting certified, getting education, we're your one-stop shop. You now see that not only do we get you certified, but we actually have people out there that go off and start their own business and that are doing this as professionals. They weren't doing this before. All right. Some of them come from different walks of life, whether they were already in it or there was another sort of wellness professional. But this is the way to go, y'all. This is the way to go. So I encourage you guys to reach out to us. All right. Only if you're serious, not curious. If you're curious, go back on our social media and get rid of your curiosity. All right. Okay. I only want to talk to y'all, those of you guys who are ready. Okay. Because once you engage with us, you become a part of the family. Karen. Okay. That means that
Yeah.
we're going to hold your hand and make sure that you guys can do this. There's a hotline that you guys can call. Okay, we have an academy director that you can talk directly to. Okay, we offer classes, refresher classes for y'all to come back and get refreshed. Okay, so I'm gonna drop that number in here one more time. And do I have any questions right now? None? All right. Y'all, I thank you for being on here and listening. I thank you for being on here. And for those of you, I think I'm also doing this on YouTube. So for those of y'all who are on YouTube, the number is 301-918-5680. Once again, 301-918-5680 is how you get in contact with us. And I hope to see you guys on the line. Hope to talk to a lot of you guys. I only have 2 slots remaining for December. We're already full at 20 students. I'm opening up 2 more slots. All right. So if you guys are interested, make sure that y'all hit us at that number. All right. Until then, y'all have a good one. Peace, love, and blessings.
Bye, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Uh-huh. And Paris, I'll give you a call when I get back to the DMV.
All right, no problem.
All right.